Stop. Put the glass down, right now. You think you were doing the right thing. You woke up, you dragged yourself out of bed, and you reached for that one specific drink or that one specific breakfast item because you've been told for 30 years that it is the healthy way to start your day. You see the vitamin C label, you see the fortified with minerals stamp, and you think you're fueling your body. But what if I told you that the very first thing hitting your stomach lining this morning is acting like a chemical weapon against your most vital organ? I'm not talking about alcohol. Everyone knows a shot of vodka for breakfast is bad news. I'm talking about something far more insidious because it wears a mask of health. I am talking about a substance that hits your liver with the same metabolic force as ethanol, driving up inflammation, forcing your cells to accumulate visceral fat, and setting you up for a slow, silent metabolic death, all before 9 a.m. We are facing a silent epidemic. It's called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and it is affecting millions of people who aren't alcoholics, who aren't visibly obese, and who think they eat clean. The damage starts in the morning. It starts when your liver is in a fasted state, vulnerable and waiting for nutrients, and instead you hit it with a toxic load it cannot process. In the next 20 minutes, I am going to completely dismantle your morning routine. I'm going to show you the biochemistry of why your healthy breakfast is actually creating a layer of fat around your internal organs. We are going to look at the microscopic damage happening to your mitochondria. And most importantly, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to reverse it. If you value your energy, your longevity, and your life, you cannot afford to skip a second of this video. Let's go. Before we reveal the specific culprit, you need to understand the battlefield. Your liver is not just a filter, it is a chemical factory. It performs over 500 essential functions. It regulates your blood sugar, it produces bile to digest fats, it stores vitamins, and it detoxifies your blood. But here is the critical part that nobody talks about. The morning is the most sensitive time for your liver. Why? Because you've been fasting for 8 to 10 hours while sleeping. Your liver has been working the night shift. It has been using up its stored glycogen to keep your brain alive while you dream. When you wake up, your liver is depleted. It is essentially an empty sponge, ready to absorb whatever you give it. This is a moment of high metabolic sensitivity. Imagine a factory that has been running on reserve power all night. The morning comes and the door is open. If you send in the right raw materials, proteins, healthy fats, hydration, the factory spins up smoothly. But if you send in a toxic shipment, the machinery jams, the workers panic, fires start. Most people treat their morning hunger like a nuisance to be silenced with the quickest, easiest source of energy. But biologically, your body is priming itself for cortisol, the stress hormone that wakes you up. Your insulin sensitivity is shifting. Your liver is waiting for a signal. Are we hunting? Are we gathering? Or are we dying? When you consume this specific morning destroyer, you are sending a signal of chaos. You are forcing the liver to switch from maintenance mode to emergency damage control. And because your glycogen stores are low, the liver has no buffer. It has to take the hit directly. This is why when you eat is almost as important as what you eat, but the combination of the wrong food at the wrong time is lethal. So, what is it? What is the destroyer? It is concentrated liquid fructose, specifically fruit juice, orange juice, apple juice, even those expensive green juices that are mostly apple base. And right alongside it are the processed carbohydrates that turn into glucose instantly, bagels, cereals, and toast. But let's focus on the juice because that is the silent killer. You have been lied to. You have been told that fruit is healthy, therefore fruit juice is healthy. This is a biochemical lie. When you eat a piece of fruit, like an orange, you are getting a small amount of fructose packaged in a matrix of fiber. The fiber slows down the absorption. It's a slow drip. Your liver can handle a slow drip. But when you squeeze that orange, or when you buy that carton of 100% natural, you are stripping away the fiber. You are taking the sugar content of 5 or 6 oranges and condensing it into a glass that you drink in 30 seconds. This is a fructose bomb. Here is the science that will shock you. Every cell in your body can use glucose for energy. Your muscles, your brain, your heart, they all love glucose. But fructose? Only the liver can break down fructose. Let me repeat that. Only the liver. When you drink that glass of juice on an empty stomach, 100% of that fructose hits your liver at once. It's a tsunami. Your liver cells, the hepatocytes, look at this flood of fructose and say, "We don't have enough energy to process this." The mitochondria, the power plants of the cell, get overwhelmed. So what does the liver do to survive? It has no choice. It turns that fructose immediately into fat. This process is called de novo lipogenesis, literally new fat creation. You aren't eating fat, you are drinking sugar, and your liver is turning it into visceral fat that lodges right inside the liver itself. This is the exact same pathway that alcohol takes. Ethanol and fructose are metabolized almost identically in the liver. Alcohol produces a buzz, fructose doesn't, but both produce liver fat, both produce inflammation, both drive insulin resistance. When you give a child a glass of apple juice in the morning, biologically, you are putting the same strain on their liver as if you gave them a beer. That sounds extreme, but the metabolic pathway does not lie. Let's go deeper. It's not just about the fat, it's about the waste products. When your liver tries to metabolize this morning fructose rush, it depletes a molecule called ATP. ATP is your energy currency. As your liver burns through its energy to handle the sugar, it produces a byproduct, uric acid. High uric acid is dangerous. It inhibits nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is what keeps your blood vessels open and flexible. When uric acid spikes, your blood pressure goes up, your kidneys get stressed, and inside the liver cell, uric acid acts as a pro-oxidant, creating oxidative stress that damages the DNA of the cell. So, picture this morning scene. You drink the juice, within 20 minutes your liver cells are accumulating fat droplets. Your ATP energy levels are crashing, which is why you feel tired again at 10 a.m. Your uric acid is spiking, constricting your blood vessels and raising your blood pressure, and you haven't even walked out the door yet. And it's not just juice, it's the agave syrup in your coffee. It's the high fructose corn syrup hidden in your healthy breakfast bar. It's the honey you poured over your oats. Fructose, when separated from the fiber of whole fruit, is a liver toxin. And remember, your liver is already in a fasted state. It doesn't have the buffer to deal with this. You are kicking the liver while it's down. This accumulation of fat leads to liver inflammation, which leads to scarring, which leads to cirrhosis. We are seeing children, 10, 11 years old, with the livers of 60-year-old alcoholics. Why? Breakfast juice and cereal. If fructose is the main villain, it has an accomplice, vegetable oils and refined starches. Maybe you don't drink juice, maybe you have toast with margarine, or you fry an egg in canola oil, or you eat a donut. Refined carbohydrates, flour, bread, cereal, convert to glucose rapidly. This causes an insulin spike. Insulin is the fat storage hormone. When insulin is high, your liver cannot burn fat. It can only store it. So you have the fructose creating new fat and the high insulin locking that fat into the liver. It's a double whammy. Now add the vegetable oils, soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. These are high in omega-6 fatty acids like linoleic acid. These oils are highly unstable. When you heat them or when they interact with the oxygen in your body, they oxidize. They create inflammation. Your liver is the primary detoxifier of these oxidized oils. So now you have a liver that is fighting the fructose, fighting the insulin spike, and now it has to deal with inflamed, oxidized cell membranes from the seed oils. Think about the standard Western breakfast: a glass of orange juice, fructose, a bowl of cereal with milk, sugar and lactose, and maybe a piece of toast with vegetable oil spread. This is a recipe for metabolic disaster. It is a perfect storm engineered to destroy liver function. We have to talk about coffee. Coffee itself is actually good for the liver. Studies show coffee can reduce liver enzymes and protect against fibrosis. But how you drink it and when you drink it changes everything. If you wake up and the very first thing you do is drink black coffee on an empty stomach, you are triggering a cortisol spike. Cortisol is your stress hormone. Your body naturally spikes cortisol in the morning to wake you up. This is called the cortisol awakening response. Caffeine amplifies this. When cortisol shoots up, your liver dumps sugar into your bloodstream. It thinks you are running from a tiger. So even if you are fasting, your blood sugar rises. Now, if you add sugar or sweeteners to that coffee, you are throwing fuel on the fire.
You have high cortisol, high blood sugar, and high insulin. This state promotes visceral fat storage, specifically around the belly and the liver. The mistake isn't the coffee, it's the timing and the additions. Drinking coffee before hydration or drinking it alongside high-sugar foods negates the benefits and turns it into a stressor. Enough doom and gloom. How do we fix this? How do we heal a fatty liver and start the morning right? You need to completely flip the script. Step 1. Hydration before caffeination. Before the coffee, before the food, drink 20 ounces of water. Your liver needs water to filter toxins. Add a squeeze of real lemon juice, not for the vitamin C, but for the citrates, which help prevent kidney stones and support liver enzymes. Add a pinch of sea salt for electrolytes. Step 2. Break the fast with protein and fat, not sugar. Your first meal should stabilize your blood sugar, not spike it. Eggs, pasture-raised if possible, are incredibly